toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Arizona State Sun Devils, Mountain America Stadium in Tempe. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Houston Cougars, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Arizona State Sun Devils. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And the Sun Devils will put total weather to crank us up. He'll bring it out. It's Flanagan. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. So the Houston Cougars offense will have the opening possession of the game. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance.
Turning it on! Got enough for the first down. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling there out to the 35. They're going to ride this running back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Using the quick game. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
I love playing man-to-man defense, and I love getting up in your kitchen and jamming you at the line of scrimmage, but it's really hard when they start running these crossing routes and drags and ends because
it's a fumble! Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. On the move, it's Hunt. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. It can get pretty wild in the Big 12. Some of these outposts are like snake pits when you have to go on the road. Got to get off to a quick start in conference play.
it is always wacky, Reese. Like, there's always something that happens in the Big 12, and somebody comes out of nowhere in the Big 12 every single year. So, starting in conference play, Palmer, these games start to really matter, really add up, and the pressure amplifies.
It's so true, too. When you think about the Big 12 conference, it just seems like teams get caught sleepwalking. So, you've got to start fast. And the challenge, I think, for these coaching staffs, these two teams, every week they've got to have their team ready to go, and it starts today.
Grabbed behind the line, it's Ward. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. The Cougars come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Ward. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. Under fire. Gonna try to get it himself. Nice job there to limit the running room, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. The Cougars come to the line on third and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down.
Bend don't break by the defense, right? They've allowed a lot of big plays, but here in the red zone, great job in coverage on that third down, and now the offense is in an interesting situation.
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Houston.
I love the aggressive nature in the play column there. In the opening drive of the game, you have an opportunity on fourth down, obviously, to just kick a field goal, take the lead early, establish some momentum. Instead, they get aggressive. They go for it, and not just get it, they score a touchdown.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Sun Devils offense will get the ball for the first time. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass in coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Off play action. Just a short pass to the tight end. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
He's got it. He'll be knocked out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Good pickup there. And here comes the offense on second down. They'll give it to the back. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Back to throw, it's Hurley. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And how about this defense? Your offense goes right down the field, scores on the first drive, and now you come out, get a big sack on third down, and force a punt. You talk about creating momentum early and shutting the home crowd up. Mission accomplished.
He'll take it on the return. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The Houston offense comes onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup. Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. First down from the 45. Looking downfield on first down. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
That's an example of the offensive coordinator trying to be aggressive and trying to take a shot. Now, the offense isn't able to click on that play, but moving ahead in the second half, it's important they continue to dial up these big plays. You want to stay aggressive, and you want to keep testing this out.
He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. And the Cougars come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. They'll try to run for it. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down.
They have been running ISOs in football since the beginning of time, right? They want to isolate that linebacker. A lot of times they're going to pull a guard. Great job by the defense seeing it, getting downhill, understanding where the ball's coming, going downhill, attacking it, and getting a big tackle for a loss.
That's the end of the period, and Houston has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. So first down here as they go back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Gets it out fast. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Houston coming to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Trying to take it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
He'll keep it himself. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
And when these quarterbacks run these zone reads, read options, whatever you want to call them, they have to put their eyes on a certain defender, and they're reading him. And basically, you can't be right. That's what makes it so hard to defend, because if you do one thing, he's going to do the other. If you do the other thing, he's going to do the other. So, good luck stopping him.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Hurley. He's got him in the flat. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it. They're dealing with a second and long. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Man, and it was just the impact of the hit that dislodged the football from the ball carrier. There was a heat-seeking missile coming in there, and he knocked that thing loose.
Looking to buy time. He'll pull it down and run. Keeps it himself and gets the first. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32.
This quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You could see on the sidelines, guys, he could not wait to get back out there. And that time, it was like he was running mad. I don't even know if he really wanted to throw that ball. He just wanted to take off, scramble, go get the first down.
He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive.
And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Backing up and backing up on the first two plays, now to try to throw it in drive on third down. To the air, it's Hurley. Looking deep down the right side. Picked off. A rare misread and mistake from this quarterback. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Wants to adjust the pattern. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. And it's another 1st and 10 play. Wants to throw on first down. Forced out of the pocket. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Made the grab in the end zone for the score. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing in the end zone, because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Picks his way ahead. He'll get 5 out to the 17-yard line.
Well, I know he was struggling to get going early in this game. That right there, though, was easily his best run so far. And this is one of the more talented running backs you're going to see in the entire nation. They need more runs like that to get this offense going if they're going to win this game.
Back to pass on second down. Gets it to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Wow, you saw the speed of the defense there. They're trying to spit this football out to the running back on the perimeter. And how about the defense able to get to him quickly to bring him down for no gain?
The Sun Devils really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Looking for a man. It's Hurley. Quickly to the tight end. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum. They've been steamrolled so far in this first half, David, but maybe a little positive momentum to take to the locker room.
Well, and I like you got the first down of the drive, so maybe you can build on this now. I would play with some tempo, obviously getting closer to halftime here. Maybe create some momentum, get a score here, and cut into this lead.
And the Sun Devils want to move quickly. Second down, they'll go to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Wow, they've been waiting for that play, right? They haven't been throwing it a lot. They've been real sluggish. They've got no points on the scoreboard. And now they come up with an explosive play in the passing game to get them in a position to score some points here, hopefully a touchdown, before this first half closes out.
He wants to throw it again. Pulls it in. It's Wall. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Holding. Defense.
Holding on the defense is just a gift to the offense with the automatic first down. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Looking to throw on first down. Here comes the heat. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So now it's second and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. This time it's complete. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Offenses are doing such a great job now with putting so many wide receivers on the field that they get good matchups and they just attack you to make big plays.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Well, the defense, they're smelling blood in the water now. Of course, they've already knocked the starting quarterback out of this game, and now with the backup in, they're bringing more pressure. It almost looks like they're more excited to get after him. This is just a very excited, very emotional defense right now.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Looking downfield on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football. Let him make plays.
The Cougars come to the line trying to find a way to convert on third and very short. They'll try to get it through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Running into the open space. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Houston going up tempo. Looking to throw on first down. It's complete to the right. Open space at the 25. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup. Houston getting set, looking at 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Fakes to grab. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one. The Cougars with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Touchdown, Cougars! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment be dang. You talk about home field advantage. Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this first half as good as you possibly can.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Hatchet. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. From the gun, running back gets to give. Shut down in the backfield again, and that might do it here in the half. And what a way for this defense to wind up the quarter. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a terrific atmosphere there in Tempe. And we've got to start our report by shouting out that quarterback. My man was dropping dimes like a bank robber, one after another, right on the money, spreading the wealth. Are you picking up on the theme here, people? Long ways to go, I know. But if this continues, that young man is going to be cashing in more ways than one. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Mountain America Stadium.
Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Huge deficit to start this 3rd quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what...
Fires one high and deep. Makes the grab on the right. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before it's finally stopped. They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35. Looking to pass. It's Hurley. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And what an awesome response from the defense. You give up a huge play the play before, and what do you come back? You come back and you get pressure on the quarterback, and you get him on the ground before he can make another big play.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Offense breaks the huddle on 3rd down. They'll send the back in motion. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly, and that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
Leaves it with the back. Got the first down and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
And the Cougars can really attack on this 2nd and short. The give to the back. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
This Houston offense about to snap it on 1st down again. Running back searching for a hole. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Cougars in a good spot here with 2nd and short. He might want another play. Going to take a shot on 2nd and short. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Man, a quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Wants to go up top. Caught in the backfield. It's Hunt. They go up top to get it down to the 5.
Short completion, setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
They've pushed it forward down to the 5, but now looking at 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Bob.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
From the gun, looking for a man. Touchdown, Cougars. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Takes a shot as he lets it go. Snags it at the 30 and still running. Turns it on down the left side. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Sun Devils!
Man, quarterbacks have to do a great job in the pocket, letting routes develop, taking their time. He does, throws the ball down the field, receiver catches it, and then does the rest, takes it in to the end zone for 6.
Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Power football with the run. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3 to 4.
There he goes. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He'll try to do it himself. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
And in back-to-back plays, you understand full well why the DC talking to us this week was like, this guy's a handful. Like, he shows the ability to throw the ball, make a big play through the air. Then you're covering the throw game well. What happens? He pulls it down, makes the run. He's showing you a little bit of everything.
That's the end of the quarter, and Houston has the lead. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Looking to fire. Grab near the sticks. It's Ward. Makes the tackle at the 27. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down. Houston coming to the line with a new set of downs. They'll run it from the gun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. The Cougars didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. He's looking to pass. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They extend the lead here in the fourth, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
Wants to throw on first down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The Sun Devils with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to fire on second down. That's reeled in. It's Wall. And they'll knock him down.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Fires to the right. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. Got some room to run. He's at the 10. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. First and goal now for Houston as they try to get it in. Looking for the score. Give him 6. Touchdown, Houston. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. Pocket breaking down. He'll pull it down.
And they bring the blitz. I mean, you can tell they want to make him feel uncomfortable as quick as possible, and you can see him. He takes off with the football, and they just trying to get to him, try to get him on the ground, but this defense choosing to blitz right now in this football game.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long, under pressure. They're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Caught over the middle. It's Booth. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. And the Sun Devils will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
That's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
He'll take it himself. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
He rifles one deep down the right side. They are in no mood to show any mercy as they keep flexing their muscle on offense.
Up big in the fourth quarter, and you just keep taking shots down the field. That tells you something, okay?
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And how about the coverage on the back end by this defense, man? Great job. Nobody's open. He's looking for somebody to make a play. We've seen him already take off, make plays with his feet, but he tries to do it with his arm, and the defense gets home.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. Makes the grab on the left. Breaks into the open. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Trying to find the end zone. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the Oak.
Arizona State has the ball back and the offense making its way onto the field. This offense needs something to feel good about. It hasn't been very productive today, Jesse.
Well, I think it's just important they stay aggressive, try to throw the football, and just see what this quarterback can do here at the end of the game to build confidence for the next time they take the field.
Yeah, and there hadn't been much good today. But build confidence, sure, but just show your team you're going to keep fighting no matter what the scoreboard says.
The Sun Devils come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Here's a throw downfield late. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. And the Sun Devils will call on their punt team. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return, gets a little bit of ground for the offense. First play of the drive comes from the 41. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got his man. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a 1st down. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining. It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's going to run it. Keeps it and gets past the chains. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Looking to scramble. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet. They'll use the timeout, 6 seconds left on the clock. One more play to pad the stats. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw. Wide out trying to get it in. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Some would say run out the clock. Some would say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now, listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And after this play, the cake will be baked. To the air on first down. Oh, they're after him. Just couldn't find a hole in this defense. They were ready for him and forced him out of bounds, and no gain on the play. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up.